Alright, so in this problem, I have 8 to the power of x is equal to 16. So I want to find the value of x here. So for my solution, I'm going to start by rewriting my equation here. So my equation is 8 to the power of x is equal to 16. Now, before we start doing anything, let's just inspect this problem real quick. So if I plug in x equals 1 into this equation, I get 8 to the power of 1 is equal to 16, which 8 to the power of 1 is the same thing as 8, so I get 8 equals 16, which is false, right? Now if I plug in x equals 2, I get 8 to the power of 2 is equal to 16, and 8 to the power of 2 is 64. So I get 64 equals 16. And notice how there's a big gap between 8 and 64. So we know that the value of x is not going to be a whole number but a decimal, and it's going to be somewhere in between 1 and 2. So x is greater than 1 but less than 2. We know this. Now, how are we going to actually solve this problem and find the exact value of x? Well, what I can do is rewrite 16 as 8 times 2. Now what I'm going to do is divide both sides by 8. So then these two cancel out, and I get 8 to the power of x over 8 is equal to 2. Now if I have something in the form a to the power of m over a to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m minus n. So a to the power of x over a to the power of 1 is equal to a to the power of x minus 1, which is equal to 2. Now a is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3, so I get 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x minus 1 is equal to 2. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m to the power of n, this is equal to a to the power of m times n. So 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x minus 1 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3 times x minus 1. And 3 times x minus 1, I can distribute 3, so I get 2 to the power of 3x minus 3 is equal to 2. And 2 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 1. And if I have something in the form a to the power of m is equal to a to the power of n, this means that m is equal to n. So this means that 3x minus 3 is equal to 1. And now if I add 3 on both sides, I get 3x is equal to 4, and x is equal to 4 over 3. Now, there actually is another way to solve this problem. What I can also do is at the start rewrite both of these in bases of 2. So 8 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3, so I get 2 to the power of 3 to the power of x, and 16 is the same thing as 2 to the power of 4. Now this is the same thing as 2 to the power of 3x is equal to 2 to the power of 4, meaning that 3x is equal to 4, and x is equal to 4 over 3. So this is a much simpler method of solving this problem.
Alright, so in this video, I'm going to solve the equation x to the power of 3 minus 8 is equal to 0. So how most people solve this equation is they add 8 on both sides. So I get x to the power of 3 is equal to 8, and then they take the cube root on both sides. So the cube root of x to the power of 3 is x, and the cube root of 8 is 2, so then they get x equals 2, which is a solution to this equation. But actually, there are more than one solution to this equation. So I'm going to rewrite my equation here, x to the power of 3 minus 8 equals 0. And now I'm going to rewrite 8 as 2 to the power of 3. So I get x to the power of 3 minus 2 to the power of 3 is equal to 0. And then now I'm going to use the formula a to the power of 3 minus b to the power of 3 is equal to a minus b times a squared plus ab plus b squared. So in this case, this turned into x minus 2 times x squared plus 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. So now I get two equations. I get x minus 2 equals 0 and x squared plus 2x plus 4 equals 0. So for x minus 2 equals 0, I get x equals 2, which was a solution that we already got. But now see, on top of this, we have a whole nother equation with two more solutions because it's a quadratic equation. So to solve this, I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So I get negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 2 squared, which is 4, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 4, all over 2a, so 2 times 1. And this turns into negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 4 minus 16 over 2, which is equal to negative 2 plus or minus negative 12 over 2, which is equal to negative 2 plus or minus 12i over 2, which is equal to negative 1 plus or minus 6i. So these are the two more solutions to this equation.